Salam Rofagha, my name is Neil and welcome to my channel. Today I don't want to talk about books or movies or anything related to those things. I want to talk about Celta course. So what is Celta? Celta is certificate in English teaching language to adults, right? Certificate in English language teaching to adults. And basically it's an internationally recognized teacher training. I'm trying to read it from the website. So I just say it correctly. It's an internationally recognized teacher training and certification program, moderate and accredited by Cambridge Assessment English. So basically it's going to teach you how to teach other people English, especially adults and the people who are going to learn English as their second language. English is my English is my second language as well. Yeah, this is basically it. It's basically is being held by Cambridge University, and I'm gonna link the website of the Cambridge Celta course in the description, so go and check it out if you are interested in teaching English to other people. So the reason that I'm talking about Celta course is that I'm going to attend the Celta course in a very short amount of time. I realized that there are not a lot of new videos for this subject, and I thought, why I don't share my story while I was trying to, attend this course, why I don't just share it with other people. Maybe I can help someone somewhere trying to figure out whether this course for them or not, because I struggled a lot. I just wanted to find some kind of certification which is internationally. If I put it in my resume, people can see that I'm qualified enough to work in their institutes. I just wanted to, I teach English right now to kids and teenagers, and I just wanted to move it to the next level. I just wanted to improve myself towards teaching English. So I thought I need something that I just need something to help me to become a better teacher for my students. And I searched. I was wondering if I just want to work for a school or an institute in abroad, in other countries. What are the qualifications that they are that they want actually? So I searched and searched and searched, and the first thing that came on Google was a TEFL, TEFL, and TESOL. So I started to searching about these courses. What are they? I realized that there are a lot of institutes, there are a lot of websites, there are a lot of, I don't know, can we call it companies? I don't know. There are a lot of, branches and institutes that they are trying to, have these classes and offer these classes and courses to other people. And I realized that for TEFL, you need to be careful what institute you're going to, because probably you have to spend like 120 hours per this course. And for the TP especially, they really care about the TP time that you have, teaching practice time that you have. So it's really something important to them. And I was like, oh my God, this is so tricky. I don't know who I can trust, what institute is, good enough, because I was watching some YouTube videos, some institutes talking about the differences between TEFL and TESOL, and like, yeah, this is not, high qualification enough. We're not sure if the company is good enough. I was like, oh my God, so this is really stressing. How should I know that this institute is good enough and the classes are good enough for me? Because I'm paying a lot of, these classes are not cheap at all. They're expensive if you want to go to a good one and have a very good, certification. And you have to pay a lot of money. So in that video, I heard the name Celta and I was like, have I heard it before? I just remembered at that time that I had this other teacher who was talking about Celta like in 2019. So I went to their Instagram and I checked their Instagram and I saw this kind of highlight named Celta. So I watched all of their stories about it and I was like, interesting. I searched about Celta course and the first website just was Cambridge English. And I was like, okay. And I started to, searching and digging more and see what is it. And every time was like, yeah, Celta is a very good, certification. And I talked to other people. I watched a lot of videos on YouTube, on Instagram, and I tried to see if this is the course that I want to attend, and it was. So I was like, let's get into it. And they just explained everything for you guys. And I really appreciate it. I was like, thank you. Honestly, thank you for telling us everything so we can, when you read about something and they just explain it in a very good way, you know what you have to, expect from that course. So they talk about all of those things. It's an intensive. They just talk about the word intensive a lot because you have to know that it's not one of those easy courses. And so it's very intensive, especially the face-to-face ones. We have online face-to-face, and one of them is like half face-to-face, half online courses. I think the online ones are much longer, like 5-6 weeks. But yeah, the face-to-face ones are just like 4 weeks full, and it's really intensive based on the things that they just say in the website. And they told you everything that you need to know. I just don't want to tell you about it. Go check it, read it, because if I want to talk about it, it's going to be a very long video. After that, there is this kind of map in the website, so you can find the institutes that are going to offer the course under the observation of the Cambridge English department something. I realized that we don't have any institutes in my country to go for the course. There was none, so I tried to find some institutes in countries around us, and I found Turkey. I think there were 3 cities that they had the course: Istanbul, Izmir, and Ankara. I'm not quite sure, but I know, I think there was another one. I don't know, I cannot recall completely. But I checked Istanbul and I found the institute that the other teacher on Instagram went. So I checked it. They had a very good kind of schedule. At the time that I was doing all of those things, it was summer. It was last summer. So I was like, okay, so let's see. The institute that I tried to attend the class with them was ITI Istanbul. And when I checked it, I realized that they have some courses until the summer. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go in the spring. When I chose the date and I said, okay, this is the time that I want to take the course, I put a deadline. I just if you're ready and you know that you are ready, just take the closest time, schedule time for yourself and go. But if you are like me and you think that you need to practice more and work on yourself more to get ready for the course and all of those things that you have to do with it, put a deadline. Because I'm one of those people that I might just get panicked and just postpone everything. So I choose a time and I said, okay, by this time I have to I think I said that by the end of the winter I'm going to just sign up for the application. I'm going to do and apply for the application and all of those things. And I just went for it. So the thing that I did during this time, it was like 6 months, between them 6 months, or more. It was in the beginning of the summer, just like late spring. Yeah, it was more than that. So during that time, first of all, I'm gonna find my weaknesses. What are they? And then I'm gonna work on them. So I went to some grammar classes and speaking classes. I watch movies a lot. I watch YouTube videos a lot. I don't have any problems with them. But when it comes to talking in front of other people that you know that they might speak English better than you, I just get kind of scared talking in English. And I said, okay, I'm gonna work on these two. And the speaking class that I took was super good. It was a speaking class for teachers. So the teacher that we had, he taught us a lot of things, and he taught us how to work on some things like the pronunciations, the meaning, the vocabulary, the grammar, how to use it in the conversation, blah blah blah. And he basically changed my point of view toward learning English and teaching basically English, not learning, because I've been learning English for my entire life and I'm 27 years old. He taught us a lot of things. That was something really fantastic. And my self-esteem, my confidence just boosted up from his classes. And because the teacher was actually really scary. So, now that I'm thinking, okay, because I managed that stressful, the first, sessions were really stressful. If I could, my mind is like, okay, if I could just handle those sessions and get through it, you can do anything. And he suggested us to record ourselves and talk. And I watched a video on YouTube that he said, start a YouTube channel. So I did it. And yeah, so having a deadline can help you a lot. You know that you have this amount of time to work on yourself. So do it. It's really important, and it's going to help you if you're a person like me. If you are confident enough and you know that you're ready for the course, go for it. Go to the website of the institute that you are going to apply for it and do it. Let me talk about the things that you need to know, okay, when you want to apply for the course. I knew some part of it. I don't want to say everything. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about all of the details. Less than a month, I'm going to the course. I'm going to move to Turkey for a month with my mom. And I don't know if I can talk about a lot of details. I'm gonna ask them if I'm allowed to talk about the details, like what are the writings, because we have some essays to write. If I can talk about the details, I'm gonna tell you in the vlogs that are related to the course at that moment. But for now, I'm not going to tell you exactly, but I'm going to, show you and tell you the things that you have to work on and the things that you have to expect to happen. So first of all, the thing that happened for me is like when I went to the website and I chose my time schedule, I needed to fill some forms, something that probably all the courses will ask you to do. So after filling your information for the website, they ask you 2 questions. So the first question is basically a question that every single course asks you, like, why do you want to attend this course? And you answered. There was no word limit for that one, but I tried to keep it short, but in a very good amount of words, you know. I didn't rant about a lot of things. I try to be professional, and you don't need to write your essays like IELTS writings or TOEFL. Yeah, no, it should be formal, but do your way, okay? And they will check your writings if you actually wrote it or it was some kind of, you know, someone else wrote it. They will check it. So don't cheat. And the second essay was a bit longer. I think they said that it should be minimum 250 words, if I'm correct. And you write it. At this time, I was panicked. And I was like, whoa, why? So I stopped my application and I think I wrote the essay like in 2 days, and then I came back. I was really nervous. To be honest, I was super nervous, and nothing really crazy happened. They just emailed me that, yeah, your application is not completed. Do you need help? If you need help, email us. That was really professional. I really loved it. So I completed the second one, and you know, just a hint to know, try to you know, cover all the things that they ask you in the question. So this is what I did, okay? I asked some of my friends, and he's American, and he told me that do it, write about the entire things that they ask you, because there was like this or this. So I wrote about both of them. Do that. And after that, I was like, yay, we're done, yay. And there's a no. So apparently there's an interview. So after finishing the second question, there is this pre-interview task, okay? And you have to do it in one sit, okay? But it's the thing that they tell you that you need to do it in a row, and you cannot just pause it and go and come back. So do it whenever you're free, whenever you can. So I filled that pre-interview task immediately. I was too stressed. I couldn't just think that there is another thing that I have to do and just sit down in my room and study. I was like, okay, I have to do this. So I did it. It was super easy. They ask you some grammatical questions, not something crazy. If you are aware about the grammars, you can handle it. And the last part was another question, and you have to write another essay. So I wrote the essay at that time, you know, just like in the moment, and I wrote it and I sent it, and they were like, yay, it's done, very good. Okay, so, and I was like really happy. I was like, yeah, I did it. And after the pre-interview task, they asked me to choose a date and a time for the interview, and they asked me that which applications do you want to have your interview, because it's an online interview. The options was like WhatsApp, Zoom, and Skype. So I chose Skype, and I chose I think Wednesday. It was the closest day to the day that I was, you know, filling all of those forms and all of those application forms, blah blah blah. And I chose Wednesday 4 p.m. okay? And I think it was Tuesday that they emailed me. Okay, listen, after that you chose the time, they will email you, the interviewer will email you and give you the link of that interview. So you know that you're ready and you're not stressed out at the moment, at the day that you have interview. You know, you have the link and you're okay, you're fine. On Tuesday, they just emailed me again, the interviewer emailed me again, and she basically said that I'm sorry, I can't, we can't have the interview on Wednesday, so I need to just postpone it on Monday. I was panicked, but I was like, okay, fine. Something might have happened to her. No worries at all. And the thing that really was interesting to me was that the principal of the institute just emailed me and they apologized. That was really professional. I did not expect that. But yeah, they are super professional, and you do not need to be worried about anything. They're so professional. They will answer your emails immediately in the, they will just answer you that day. The interview was really fun. I was panicked. I was really scared, but the interviewer was a very nice girl. We talked. She asked me about the course, about the thing that I know. So it's really important to know what are you stepping into. So she asked me about the course and she explained it again, and she asked me if I'm sick. And she said that you cannot just leave the course in the middle, you have to finish it. She asked me some grammatical questions, and she asked me how would I just explain some words to my students, because you have to talk in English all the time in the classes, especially when you have some mixed cultural classes. So I did it, and at the end of the interview, she said that you are a qualified candidate and welcome to the Celta course. We hope to see you. And yeah, so the entire, all of those pre-course things, they are all free. If they just tell you no, you can do all of those things again. No worries at all. Don't get panicked. I'm crazy sometimes. I'm an overthinker. So don't be like me. Do everything relaxed. And after that, they sent me an email and they said that you're accepted. And they asked me, at that time, they asked me to pay for the course. And yeah, that's it. So these are all the things that I think I needed to tell you about it, about pre-course tasks and all of those things that you need. If you have any questions, you can ask in the comment section. I'm gonna answer that, and I will give you more information during the course. I don't know if I have the time based on the things that I always say that it's intensive. I don't know if I can record and edit any videos during the time, but probably I'm gonna give you some footage. Maybe I post some things on my Instagram, so if you like and you want to know about it, you can follow me on Instagram. Probably I'm going to give you more information daily on Instagram than YouTube, because I need to edit it and I don't think that I'm going to have the time. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to, and after that, I'm going to give you a good video with a lot of details about the course itself. And yep, that's it. I hope that I could give you anything that you needed to know. Ask me your questions, I will answer them. Have a nice day, and I see you in the next video. Bye.